Have you ever wondered if there's something more? Something beyond the end of the road? For most of us, the idea of death is this final, terrifying stop sign the moment the lights just go out, and everything we are just vanishes. But what if that's not the whole story? What if that moment we fear so much isn't an end at all, but a doorway? Today, we're gonna journey with a brilliant mind who stared into the face of death and came back with the revolutionary idea. A man who believed that when we die, we're not going to an empty void. We're walking through a door into a light we've carried inside us all along. That man was Carl Jung. But before we continue, I'm offering you a free ebook to thank you for supporting the channel. Download it now and begin your journey towards self-discovery, dream interpretation, and shadow work. Hurry because it's free. The link is on the channel page. Now, to understand Jung's wild take on death, we first got to get our heads around one of his biggest ideas, the collective unconscious. You know how you've got your own mind, filled with your own memories? That's your personal unconscious. But Jung said there's a whole lot more. He believed we're all connected to a massive, universal mind, a kind of psychic hard drive that holds the wisdom, myths, and symbols of every human being who's ever existed. It's like a spiritual DNA. We don't learn this stuff, we're just born with it. It's why certain stories, certain symbols, just resonate with us on a super deep level. This is where our archetypes live: the hero, the wise old man, the mother, these universal patterns that shape our lives. Jung believed your personal mind is just a tiny island in this enormous psychic ocean. So, hey, race the kicker. If you're just a small part of something so massive, what happens when your physical body gives out? Jung saw death not as the body breaking down, but as the ego, that individual sense of I finally letting go and rejoining the whole. It's not about losing consciousness. It's about a radical expansion of consciousness. It's like a tiny tributary flowing into the immense, timeless river it came from. He wasn't just talking about this in theory either. Jung had a famous near-death experience himself after a heart attack. He felt his consciousness rise above his body and saw the earth from space. He felt this profound sense of peace and a journey toward a temple floating in the cosmos. He felt he was heading toward a place of absolute knowledge. When his doctor's face appeared and told him he had to return, Jung said he felt an overwhelming sense of disappointment. He didn't want to come back. Had seen the door, and what was on the other side was more incredible than he could ever have imagined. This is why Jung came to see the dying process as the ultimate stage of a person's life. He called the whole human journey individuation, a process of becoming whole by integrating your conscious and unconscious minds. It's about facing your inner demons, understanding your shadows, and finding your true self. Most of us are just starting this work when we're alive, but Jung argued that at the end of our lives, the ego's final task is to fully integrate with the self, the ultimate archetype of wholeness. It's a final, profound moment of surrender and reunification. That door you see in the thumbnail, that figure of light for Jung, that's not just some religious image. It's an archetype of the self or a spiritual guide, appearing at the final moment to guide you home. Think about all those stories of near-death experiences we've heard about. People see a tunnel of light, they meet a deceased loved one, or a being of light, and they feel an incredible sense of peace and love. For Jung, these aren't just random hallucinations from a lack of oxygen. They are authentic psychological events, a manifestation of the collective unconscious making itself known as the individual ego dissolves. The tunnel is a universal symbol of transition, a passage from one state of being to another. The figures they meet are not just ghosts, they're archetypes, the very essence of human wisdom and connection, coming to greet the soul on its final journey. It's a reunion with the very source of our being. This ain't just some feel-good theory. It's a total game changer for how you look at your life right now. If death isn't a wall we crash into, but a door we walk through, then everything we do while we're alive takes on a new kind of purpose. Suddenly, your life isn't just a race to the finish line. It's not about winning or losing or collecting the most stuff. It's about getting ready for the ultimate trip. The real goal isn't just to stay alive, it's to become whole. It's about doing the work to face your fears, to understand your dreams, to integrate all the messy parts of yourself. Because when you do that, when you truly get to know your soul, you're not just living for today. You're preparing for that moment when you walk through the doorway and become one with a consciousness that's bigger than you can even imagine. It's not about fearing the end. It's about preparing for a profound transition. The goal isn't just to live a long life, but to live a complete one, to truly get to know ourselves, to face our fears, and to become whole. Because when we've done that work, when we've made friends with our inner world, then when the door finally opens, we'll be ready to walk through it without fear. So, maybe the biggest mystery isn't what's on the other side, but why we're so afraid of going back to a place we've been connected to all along. Jung's incredible work reminds us that our story is so much bigger than just the few years we get on this planet. It makes you realize that your individual life, with all its struggles and triumphs, is just a single chapter in a massive, epic book. Our souls, the very essence of who we are, they're ancient. They've been here before, in a sense, connected to this eternal flow of consciousness. We feel it, don't we? That little pull toward certain myths, those feelings that seem to come from nowhere. That's because our souls are part of a history that stretches back forever. So, when we die, we're not really leaving. We're not walking into a void. We're finally, fully returning to the source of all stories, to that massive, beautiful, and limitless place we came from. It's a reunion, not a farewell. It's the ultimate homecoming. For Jung, this journey isn't something to be afraid of. It's the final, beautiful conclusion to our human adventure, where we get to shed the ego and finally, truly, belong to something infinite. What do you think? Does Jung's perspective on death give you a different view of life? Let us know in the comments below. And if this sparked your curiosity, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the mind.